Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. This episode of the E-Commerce Minute is brought to you by Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes. With Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes, it's just click, send, and save for as low as $4.99 a month. Send envelopes, flats, and packages right from your desk, and you're back in business in no time. And for being a loyal E-Commerce Minute listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get started and a free 10-pound scale to ensure that you'll never overpay. Save time and money on mailing and shipping with Send Pro Online. Starting at $4.99 a month, you can qualify for special USPS rates for letters and priority mail shipping. Calculate exact postage online, and print labels right from your PC. So go to pb.com/minute to access this special offer for a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute. Experience shipping made simple with a free trial of Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes. It's E-Commerce Minute, episode 548.
In today's episode, Amazon tests Whole Foods payment system that uses hands as ID. Jazz hands.
Jazz hands only.
Jazz hands.
They don't take regular hands.
Just jazz hands. You get a discount if you do it with jazz hands. Facial recognition technology used to be something that people associated with flying cars, robot overlords, and dome homes. Now it's a very real and very controversial form of technology that is sweeping the globe. With facial recognition, you'll be able to unlock your phone, log into accounts, and pay for things. All of this sounds fine and dandy until data and identity security issues come into play. But if you thought that was sketchy, Amazon wants to take it a step further. Amazon's engineers are quietly testing scanners that can identify an individual human hand as a way to ring up store purchases, with the goal of them rolling it out at the Whole Foods supermarket chain in the next few months. Unlike other biometric systems that require you to touch the surface of a scanner, Amazon's technology apparently doesn't need you to physically touch any device, according to Engadget. Instead, the company uses computer vision and depth geometry to identify the size and shape of your hand before charging the credit card you have on file. You also don't even need to have your phone when you shop, which could make shopping at Whole Foods even more seamless than at Amazon Go stores. At the Go stores, you pick up goods and then leave as long as you check in through a turnstile using a QR code in your app. The goal, of course, is to streamline checkout to make shopping an even speedier, more pleasant experience. A regular card transaction typically takes around 3 to 4 seconds, but Amazon's new technology can process the charge in less than 300 milliseconds. Currently, employees at Amazon's New York office are acting as guinea pigs for the biometric technology, using it at a handful of vending machines to buy things like sodas, chips, granola bars, and phone chargers. Since testing has begun, the technology has proved to be accurate within 1/10,000th of 1%, but Amazon engineers are striving to improve it to a millionth of 1% ahead of its launch. Amazon is hoping to integrate the new tech to a handful of its Whole Foods stores by the beginning of next year and to eventually expand the speedy checkout to all of its U.S. locations. The only catch so far is that for hand-based payments to work, you need to be a Prime member. High fives.
High fives.
High fives.
Wow.
Okay, what do you think?
we took a moment to process this. We had to take a second.
Because jazz hands are important.
Because jazz hands, biometric data.
Imagine walking to Whole Foods and going, here's my jazz hands.
Hello, I'm ready to check out.
You walk in, you see the guy, hi, it's a bling, you've been charged $3.75.
What? For using your jazz hands.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
This is crazy. This is very interesting.
I think it's pretty interesting. I mean, it's actually very creative in that, yeah, everybody's hands are different and they're using some crazy algorithms to figure this out. I think the real reason is that people get creeped out by the face recognition stuff that they use in China.
Well,
Which is
mean,
funny though, because your fingers carry like more data to your human life than like your face would, you know? Like
I don't think
your
so.
fingerprints, I feel like, are more important than your face.
Well, that's
'cause,
why,
like,
I mean,
but go ahead, Bart.
I mean, your iPhone has it,
yeah,
so there's
I
that.
guess that's true.
Yeah, but I think people silo that kind of stuff. So you say, oh, well, you use it to open your phone. Yeah, but that's your phone and quote unquote, you're supposed to be in charge of that data. But if you start walking into places paying with your face,
Mm-hmm.
privacy people get real nervous about that kind of stuff. No, you walk around in China, everything you pay with everything with your face. It's like, that's no big deal. But I think in America, we have this different feeling that there's a higher level of mistrust for this type of technology,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you start reading stories like, well, what if you get hacked? It's like there's if a company were to get hacked, it could take 6 or more years for consumers to unwind the data. That if the theft takes place with biometric data, that's pretty frightening. And what does that mean? Somebody steals your face. I mean,
Literally, your prints, your face, your life.
there's already an uproar with police adopting facial recognition technology. And Amazon was part of that. Like they were helping develop the technology, and a lot of people protested that. I don't know if.
Oh, that was problematic for like a plethora of ways.
Yeah, it's again, what does it all come down to, Bart? It comes down to the data, and that's all
Oh,
Amazon
the
wants.
data.
They don't, it's not so much like, oh, we want to invade your privacy. We want the data. We want to know what you're doing because then we can make your shopping experience more enjoyable, quote unquote. So I don't know. I don't know which side I feel I'm on with this. I generally am very trusting when it comes to these kinds of things because A, I got nothing to hide, and B, if it gets me in and out quicker, that's great. It's when this stuff starts to get abused, then it can be a little problematic. Now let's go real world into Whole Foods. I was in a Whole Foods yesterday, and I have to say as a sidebar, I'm not liking what's going on in Whole Foods. The store seemed to be more chaotic. There were things that weren't working. They remerged the whole store. It's Whole Foods is getting a little weird.
Oof. I haven't been to one in a while.
It's not my same old Whole Foods that I've been going to for years. So I've definitely seen a change since Amazon bought the company. I know, Bart, you said prices have gotten lower, but I got sticker shock yesterday when I went in there, and it was, I don't know what's going on. But let's go to the checkout counter. Now the lines were, I went there at lunchtime. I went to grab some food for lunch. I had to buy a couple other things in the lines for the 12 items and under were all the way to the back of the store. So,
ooh,
wow.
Oh my god.
yeah. So speeding up checkout could really help them. I just wonder how this equipment's going to work. I don't know what this equipment looks like. So, especially if you get those little squeezy, where they pack all the little registers together. I don't know where this would fit, but that's just a logistical thing. That's none of my business.
I mean, even when I was in high school, I remember as I was leaving high school, we started scanning our fingers to get lunch. So, I mean, it's like been in the works,
this
is.
And biometrics been around forever. I mean,
Right.
access to doors and stuff like that. That's
Right.
been around.
Yeah. The big difference here is it's frictionless. So it's basically like
Right.
you're just holding it up. You don't have to do your fingerprint. You don't have to, okay, try it again, get it again. It's just like, boop, it's going to scan your hand and off you go.
They're probably going to think I'm like a baby with my hands because I have really tiny hands. Like, what's this baby doing checking out at Whole Foods?
This is your child's hand. And this is my hand. So Brittany, why don't you give us a hand and tell us about today's sponsor? See what I did there?
Oh, okay. Shipping and mailing from your desk has never been simpler than with SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. With SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes, it's just click, send, and save for as low as $4.99 a month. Send envelopes, flats, and packages right from your desk, and you're back to business in no time. And for being a loyal e-commerce Minute listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get started and a free 10-pound scale to ensure that you never overpay. So save time and money on mailing and shipping with SendPro Online. Starting at $4.99 a month, you can also qualify for special USPS rates for letters and priority mail shipping, calculate exact postage online, and print labels and stamps right from your PC. So go to pb.com/minute to access this special offer for a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute. Experience shipping made simple with a free trial of SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes.
And we'll do a quick stat time. We'll wrap up. Over 75% of consumers have used some sort of biometric technology, ranging from fingerprint scanning and facial recognition to signature dynamics and hand geometry. That's according to Statista. Biometric tech is becoming so widely used in mobile devices that estimates suggest that 100% of new smartphone shipments will contain biometric tech in 2019, with tablets and wearables expected to reach 100% threshold just a year later in 2020. Yeah, well, that's a no-brainer. I think that's the best use case for any kind of biometric, facials, fingerprint, whatever, as we said earlier in the top of the show. And mobile biometric technologies brought in just over $20 billion in 2018. So if you're in the biometric space, some money to be made. All right, guys, want to give high fives and get out of here?
Okay.
High
Mark,
five.
do your jazz hands, but slowly back out of the room with jazz hands.
Jazzing it up.
Jazzing it up. All right.
Moonwalk out.
What?
Bart's gonna moonwalk out doing.
Bart's gonna
jazz
moonwalk
hands.
out with his jazz hands. While
I might throw some spirit fingers in there.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's getting a little saucy in here. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.